So many women think that their biggest problem is lack of motivation. They beat themselves up for not being disciplined enough, lacking willpower, or assume that successful women are just more motivated. But the truth is, motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes. What you really need is a structure that removes decision fatigue and keeps you progressing even on the days when you can't be bothered. Hi, my name's Rachel and I run a women's body transformation program called Level Up, where we help women just like you to finally excel in their health and fitness and gain life-changing confidence without restriction or overwhelm. In today's episode, I'm going to show you why you don't need more motivation, the problems with relying on it, and what you actually need instead to guarantee results. So look, it's Monday morning and you're feeling ready to go. You're motivated, you're prepared for a new week, and you're going to absolutely nail it this week, despite telling yourself the same thing for the past 6 years. But anyway, first few days go well, and then it gets to Thursday and you just can't be asked. Something's happened at work, someone's pissed you off, it's put you in a bad mood, and you think, screw this, I'm not going to the gym tonight, I'm going to watch Netflix and maybe eat a bag of crisps or something to myself to make myself feel better. And then you wake up on Friday morning and you're feeling frustrated and you blame the person at work, and then you blame your lack of motivation. So you start scrolling social media and you see other women who went to the gym last night, who meal prepped, who did their steps, and you just wish that you had their motivation so you could actually get results. You've told yourself over and over and over again that you just need to be more motivated, and you keep waiting for it to return instead of actually having a system that supports you regardless of how you feel. And every time this happens, it just leads to more inconsistency and constantly starting over. And I know for a fact that you beat yourself up for falling again and again off track, and you end up just, thinking something's wrong with you. And I'm also confident in the fact that you sit there smiling on the outside, laughing it off, just joking around about it and telling those closest to you that you'll start again on Monday or something, when actually on the inside you're really beating yourself up about it. You're feeling really disappointed in yourself. You feel like you're a failure. You feel like there's something wrong with you. But look, you're not lazy. You're not broken. The reason why you can't actually break free from this cycle is because you're relying on emotions to make decisions. If you feel good, you show up. If you don't, you stop. The plan you're following, if you obviously have one, is either really vague or really extreme, or I guess just not tailored to you and your life. So when something happens, when life gets busy, when someone pisses you off, you don't actually know what to do and how to respond. And because you don't have a clear roadmap to follow, especially one that you, I guess, trust, you end up quitting and you just blame it on a lack of motivation. So it's no wonder you are feeling this way. It's no wonder you're feeling exhausted, because you're constantly trying to think about what to do, what to eat, what to do with your training, if you're doing it right, if you've ruined your progress. All of these conversations in your head are so exhausting. So much so that you don't even enjoy your days anymore because your brain is constantly going round and round in circles. Every single time that you try and wing it, you are literally stealing energy from something else in your life, whether that be your kids, your partner, your career, your confidence, everything. And here's the thing, motivation is an emotion. It's not a thing that you have, it's something that you feel. Therefore, you're not always going to feel motivated. Just like you don't always feel happy or you don't always feel sad, it's the exact same with motivation. Therefore, you don't actually need more motivation to get results. And saying that you're waiting for motivation is just a more socially acceptable way of saying, I don't trust myself enough to follow through. But by doing this and not actually getting results, not only is it costing you by not changing how you look, it's also costing your energy, your mood, your confidence, your peace, your career, your loved ones, like literally everything. Now, look, don't get me wrong. Feeling motivated does obviously make it a bit easier to do the work. Of course it does. But Christ almighty, you certainly won't feel motivated all the time. And if there's anyone out there that does, then please can I have some of what you're having, because I'd love to feel that way 24/7. Motivation is just a feeling, and our feelings will change every single day. Some days you're going to wake up and you're like buzzing and ready to smash it, and it's all great, it's all exactly how you need it to be. And other days you're literally just going to think, screw this, what is the point? But that is normal. Everyone goes through this. And if you are right at the start of your journey right now, that's going to be more prominent than maybe if you're a few months in. But it is part of the process. It's part of being a human being at the end of the day. Our emotions change all the time. And the difference between you right now not having the results you want and you seeing someone else who does have the results is two things, actually. Number one, they've just got a clear plan of what they need to do. So providing they follow it, the results are guaranteed. There's, no guesswork. They don't have to worry as such. It's tailored to them, and it just works. But number two, they actually do the work regardless of how they feel. So whether they're buzzing, whether they're happy, tired, grumpy, I don't know, had a shit day at work, whatever it might be, they just get it done. If you are only doing what you need to do when you feel motivated, you're going to be going back and forth in this cycle for a very, very long time. But without a clear plan in place, it is so easy to stay stuck in that cycle. It's so easy to just not do what you need to do. A plan is going to give you something to lean on when motivation is low. For example, brushing your teeth every day. You do it because it's so simple. There's a system in place. You've got a routine for it. You probably brush your teeth with the same hand every single day. You put your toothpaste on the same way. Some of you probably wet the brush, then put your toothpaste on. Some of you put the toothpaste on, then wet the brush, whichever way around it is. But you do the same thing, and you've got that kind of structure in place. I know you're probably laughing at this thinking you could have given a better example, but the point is you do that every single day. You don't have to be motivated to brush your teeth because you know the consequences of not doing it. You need that exact same structure in your health and fitness. The goal is to make it a part of your life, something that you get to do, not something that you have to do, just like brushing your teeth. And there's a big difference. This doesn't mean that you have to enjoy it every single day, because trust me, I don't enjoy it every single day. And there's some days where I don't want to train, but I do it anyway because I've got a plan and I know I need to do it regardless of how I feel. So if you don't have a plan right now, you need to get one. And I don't mean one that you find on Google or a random influencer selling really cheap, because that's not going to be tailored to you. It's not specific for you, and it's not going to help you. It's just going to cause more overwhelm, more confusion, and you're going to stay stuck in this cycle, because also you'll be really motivated to do it on the day that you buy it. And then after a few days, or maybe for some of you a few weeks, that motivation is going to wear off, and then you just end up right back where you started. You need a plan that takes into accountability your schedule, your energy, your stress, how much capacity you have as a human being. But also it needs to remove the decision fatigue that you face by doing it on your own. Those constant questions that you have. Should I go to the gym? What should I eat? Do I track this? Everything. It needs to remove that for you. The guesswork should be taken out of it. If you have a clear plan in place, you just simply follow the next step. And with this, on that note, you actually have to commit to doing it, because I know that some of you will listen to this and you'll be like, right, Rach says I need to get a plan, so go and get a plan, and then you're in the same cycle. You actually have to make that commitment to get it done. You have to accept the fact that you won't always be motivated, and some days are going to be a bit harder than others, and some days you're going to want to throw in the towel, and something's going to happen and you're going to have to adapt, and whatever else goes on, you have to accept that is part of it. but you have to get it done regardless. And just, being totally honest with you here, if I had recorded this episode a year ago, I probably would have told you to start with maybe 1 or 2 things at a time from this new plan and just build it up, doing everything essentially on the plan, everything that you need to do. But after the past 12 months and kind of my experience has grown, and I've worked a lot more closely with our clients over the past 5 months, I've realised this one thing. Starting slow will hinder you. It is literally just a way to avoid fully committing, and it just keeps you stuck. You need speed, you need to implement quickly, you need to just get things done. The longer you take to do things, the more you delay getting results, and actually, the easier it is for you to just quit. So you need to just crack on and get it done. We know that getting results is hard. I never sugarcoat that for anyone. Because, number one, if you hear a coach saying to you it's easy, then that's just a marketing tactic to get you in the door. But number two, they've clearly not gone through a big change in their life themselves. It is hard. So there's literally no point wasting more time by doing things slowly. You don't need to ease yourself in. You need to actually dive in headfirst with direction. Stop dragging out your own transformation. You've wasted so much time already. Think back right now, like how much time have you wasted trying diet after diet, all these fads, doing all these things, relying on motivation? Like, how much time has gone by? In fact, think back to like that first moment that you can remember where you actually wanted to make a change. I know for a fact, for 99.9% of you listening to this right now, it will be years ago. That's how long we're talking. Like, this isn't just a problem that's happened overnight or the past couple of weeks. This is something that women are stuck in for years, and it consumes so much of their lives. You don't need to waste any more time. You don't need to ease yourself in. You don't need to go step by step and take it slow. Screw all of that. Dive in head first, fully commit to it. Have a plan in place that is right for you. Understand that you need to do it regardless of how you feel, and you will get results. It is as simple as that. And look, if you actually want to change, if you're really serious about changing, you're going to have to accept the fact that you need to do things very differently to how you currently do them. Like, I have worked with hundreds of women in the past 8.5 years, and I've had so many conversations where so many of them are stuck in their ways and like, oh, but I've always done it like this, or I don't want to do it like that. And it's like, okay, well, why are you here? What do you want me to tell you other than the fact that you are going to have to change? And you're telling me you want these results, so that means you need to do things differently. It is hard, but it's also very simple when you've got the right plan in place. You need to make sure that you implement. You need to make sure that you implement quickly. And there needs to just be no more pandering around. Like, stop pussyfooting around everything and just do it. Stop looking for the motivation to start and start actually looking for a method that guarantees success. Motivation isn't feeling great and wanting to do everything all the time. Motivation is showing up when you're tired. It's showing up when, getting steps is really difficult and the only time you can get out is with the kids screaming around your leg, or I don't know, whatever else. But motivation is not what you think it is. It's just a feeling. The women that you sit there and admire and wish you looked like or wish you had what they have, they don't rely on motivation. They have systems in place. They've built a lot of discipline and they just execute. So ask yourself this: when was the last time that you followed something for more than 2 weeks straight? And I highly doubt that many of you can give an answer for that, but what got in the way of you doing it? Was it like a lack of motivation, or was it a lack of structure? Every single Sunday, I share my, secret tips and thoughts on motivation and structure to everyone that's on my email list. There's a link in the description of this episode for you to get access to them too. And I strongly suggest that if any part of this episode has resonated with you, that you are on that list. Motivation is not the problem. Your lack of structure is. Sort the structure and you'll sort your motivation. It really, really is that simple. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I would love to know what your biggest takeaway is. So as always, please pop me a message over on Instagram at Rachel Solly Level Up, and I'll speak to you on the next one.